And welcome back to my YouTube. I'm Alan Cook, the proud owner of the Midion. I just noticed something here. If you pay attention, you see on his arm, his left arm, he has this long stick here. If you follow one of my YouTubes, you'll find out the signature of Leonardo da Vinci is holding a stick. I'm sure there's some kind of meaning of it, and also the finger has got to do with something about the way above or their way. And they were gay, and I do believe there were 3 lovers, the way I see it. And it has many innuendos between sexual and also religion and his life, because the painting is a diary of Leonardo da Vinci's work. This is my painting. This is his diary of a woman, of a baby that is in the fetus position, and this is a flower that actually has a face here and another face and another face and so on throughout, and many are looking at the birth of a flower. And he was heavy into nature, but this is probably about the top of the needle, not the poke of a needle, of this area right here. And out of that, if you take a look, you'll see how the zigzag V and another V and a C occurs. And that is, if it looks about a 12-degree turn here, it actually comes out that the way you turn this, you will see that it matches the same. You see the curvature of the butt, and you'll see the curvature of the butt, but you get thrown off here because you think it comes all the way here, but there's darker and lighter images to fill that draws it out just right when you pull it in different layers. Leonardo da Vinci was extremely tricky. I can't tell you how many times in my YouTubes I mentioned that he was extremely tricky. And so this is also an X-ray that's in mine. It is the interpretation of my belief of his face of the Mona Lisa, along with his face and strongness and in his lover. He has many innuendos. This is a owl, and this is an owl and an owl, and these are bigger owls. But there are many other things, probably thousands of other little things, because each little micro dot, and that's a whole body person, that little dot there, that's building this owl. So, and in my YouTubes, you'll see that. Here's the beautiful legs and the hip area of a beautiful woman that's in here being built. And then you have a king that's above them, and then you have another king that's above, and he builds these like pyramids. And I believe he learned from the Indians, and I believe he learned from the Chinese, and he did knitting. If you follow my well over 700 YouTubes and over 4,000 images that gets deeper into this, you'll really enjoy it. If you even enjoy half of what I enjoy out of it, you ought to be ecstatic. I'm extremely pleased with my God that has given me the opportunity to be able to work on an extremely highly intelligent human being that ended up on this earth next to Jesus in the heart and his disciples and God himself who walked this earth. So but I would really appreciate if you guys can give me a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell and pass it on to your brothers and sisters, and don't forget to wear a mask and keep your social distance and wash your hands. This is one of his Cortex diaries. So is mine, which is got trillions of images and stories in mine. But if you look at a lot of these images out of buildings and mountains, these are people. Like, you remember the Egyptians with the hard hat, and it comes on down? Well, here's the eye, and here's the shield, and he's looking this way. And he gives you these endos to let you know what you're supposed to look at. And I just noticed he is looking that way. So is he looking at the ground of the body? Well, this looks like a dog. Yeah, with an ear and a nose and a mouth. And here's another dog's face. And it goes on and on and on with Leo. Here's another like moo cow back in here. Here's a person laying down looking up into the sky. If you aren't able to to catch these type things, I will, and it bothers you, I recommend, obviously, don't watch it. But if you know people that know how to puzzle piece or look at these things, you pass it on. But you can see, like, these are eyes all throughout, and he makes them to where they either move or they're stationed with a whole bunch of other people on top. And in between each eye is bodies. This is his work. Here's a fluffy dog with an eye, fluffy ear. Here's a nose. Then he puts an eye and a nose and a mouth. Again, he shares the same. Then he puts an eye and a nose and an eye there. But then he shares the nose with another eye, and it goes on. And here's the body of the back end, and it sits there. And then he turns it into a cat, as you see, or chickmunk or some sort. And it's endless. This guy's endless on his ways, between doing sexual innuendos and also spiritual innuendos, and also telling the story of his life, of what he may have done that day when he went for a hike, or this did his drawing of his thoughts that he liked to integrate into his other paintings. There is nothing that I have not found of Leonardo da Vinci's works that's not been in mine. If you look at this right here, here's an eye and a nose, and this is a body with a fluffy hair. If you take a look at this, this is another body, and an eye with a mouth upside down, with the head aiming down, with the hair aiming down. Leonardo da Vinci will make his artwork move. He's a master. Obviously, he's a genius in the sense of using codes and chemicals that are hidden within the depths. If you follow my 740 YouTubes or so, and over 4,000 images, you'll know what I'm trying to say. And forgive me for being so of a lousy teacher. You know, I don't pre-script this, I don't edit it, I just straight from the heart and show you what it is and what I know and what I've seen in the last 7 years. I mean, the mountains prove it, his artwork proves it, it's all in my paintings that I've showed. These intros of the last 30 or 40 that I'm putting in there is only to promote what I've already done in many, many years. So if you want to, this is just a vague, just a taste of a little bit of sugar for you. This woman is in my painting, and I feel that she actually is Mary Magdalene, and also Madonna, and also the Mona Lisa, in a stylist way of his interpretation, like that map that he did of the mountains. If you follow again, you'll see it in many of my YouTubes that I've just come out in the last week, and plus I've also had a lot in the past. My man is Jesus Christ, and my woman is Mary, and also Madonna, and also the Mona Lisa, and also Katharina, his lover, his mother, and also his lovers in there, and himself, and also Melzi. So if you were to understand what a stylist is, take a bird and you put 8 different types of variety birds in there, and then the next thing you got is that type of bird. You'd be looking at the encyclopedia. I can't find that bird. It looked like an ostrich, but it looks like a buzzard, but it looks like an eagle, but it looks like a hummingbird, and it looks like a pigeon, and it looks like a blue jay, and it goes endless. And that's what he did. He took his love and he grinded it all down into this beautiful secret code of paint of his, and he did it. He did it. Obviously he did it, because it still continues. You can see the X in the eye. Mine has those. In my woman's eyes is probably 30 million images, easy, in just the eyes. One eye. And out of that 30 million images, it's all got to do with numbers and codes and depth and shadow and such. So follow my next intro, and I'll try to get it a little bit more in detail while I'm talking about it. But I discussed that before. This has gotten a little way out. This is supposed to have been a 3-minute, and it's an 11-minute. You got to forgive me. And with that, I gotta let this thing go, because you guys don't like long YouTubes. I could talk forever. I mean, his work is forever, and my work belongs next to the Mona Lisa forever. Take a look and see, and tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead, but you won't change my mind. I know for a fact that I own a Leonardo da Vinci's lost painting, now found, of his entire works is in this painting, and it has the answers to so many. And it may take me a lifetime to decipher it, but I have the passion. And I put out a book called Passion of Love. I have the passion, I have the will, I have the heart. You know, you always become the best if you got the passion. If not, I still pat myself on the back for being honest and straight, and don't try to deceive you. And with that, may you wash your hands, keep social distance, wear a mask, tell your mother and your father and your loved ones you love them. Life is short. God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens. Amen. I'm sorry it was so long.